Serb. Driving has space, Serb taking it. Commanders in the way. Looks like a change for
Forza Juve, Forza Juve.
Right side of the attack. Playing it behind the Serb. Stopped his run.
Goal kick, goal kick. We need a goal. We need a goal.
This fills the role of Christian Pulisic nominally on that right side, but it's all over.
All right. Timothy Weah in the game. Hopefully Juventus can create something. Hopefully Timothy Weah's speed, they can get a run in behind the defense of Milan. Hopefully Timothy Weah can make a difference. Will Dusan Vlahovic be in the match? Juventus are better than Milan. They've proven it. It seems like at best Milan can only draw against Juventus in Supercopa. They just got lucky. A penalty on an own goal. Let's go, Mibangala. Let's go. Go to the left. Go to the left. Yep, there's a lot of open room on the left. Yep. Two great blocks by Gatti in the first half. Let's kick him out of the Champions League. Let's go. The most unorthodox, invincible run ever. 5th, 6th place, and you're invincible. Nah, Calcio is not crap. Serie A is not crap. Juventus are just very stout defensively. They just haven't found a way to score goals for whatever odd reason. They're playing with some life right now. I got my black and white here. Juventus with all the possession. Juventus in control of the game. Mibangula, young teenager, one of Juventus' most creative players. I like Thuram a lot. From I think they got him from Nice. He's been really good. He's been scoring some goals some of those weeks. It was Fiorentina. It was someone else. Okay. Premier League match of the week, Arsenal, Aston Villa. I do like Arsenal to win. They are winning right now. Arsenal's 20th win of the season versus Villa. Villa is 20. It's Arsenal 1 over Villa right now. Live score. Fino alla fine, forza Juventus! Oh, fino alla fine, forza Juventus! Oh. Milan free kick. Hopefully not another 0-0 draw. There have been lots and lots of draws when these two teams play in Serie A. It's been a while since Milan have scored a goal in Serie A against Juventus. Juventus 1, Milan 0. Juventus 0, Milan 0 for the scores in the 23-24 Campionato. So these games have been really, really, really low score. Even the year Milan won the Scudetto, Milan drew 1-1 against Juventus and they drew 0-0 against Juventus. So wins have been kind of hard to come by for Milan against Juventus in the league in some seasons, in the Campionato in some seasons. These games have just somewhat been very low scoring with the exception of the Supercopa. that very, very fortunate deflection. A no goal in open play in the Supercopa. They had to have Locatelli commit a stupid challenge in the box and then a lucky deflection. It's just weird things happen in football. Juventus, they need this win. Bologna's applying the pressure. Milan are not there yet. I mean, they only beat Como. They had to come back against Como. Consecal wants to win, but does Milan management want to win, or do they want to make profits? I think Consecal could clash with management. Oh, go! Yes, he's got him. Oh no, that was close. Oh, he took it back. He took it. Shoot! Ah, no, Mamma Mia! He was so close. You had it to him. How did he not score? No! Milan and now Juventus. They had some amazing chances to score. How did he not score? Oh, no! A deflection by the Milan defender. The defenders have had some great deflections protecting their box. When both teams get into the box, both teams have been getting deflections. Defenders have been coming in and getting deflection. How's that a foul, ref? Come on now, ref. Come on. How's that a free kick for Milan? Timothy Weah right there started that scoring chance right there. Put in Vlahovic. Put in Vlahovic.
Shot, but there was two efforts right at that yellow. So everything right for Juventus except once they get that.
These guys can't fucking finish a goal to save their freaking lives. Only when they play Inter and Derby d'Italia, only when they're on the road at Leipzig can they finish with their lives. This team cannot finish a goal to save their lives. These guys get paid too much to not finish their chances better, quite frankly. I don't know why it is. It's a Juventus thing. I have no idea. Juventus are dominating Milan. They are struggling without Pulisic in there. Reinders took a knock in the box. Weah lost it. Damn it. But he gets it right back. I like Weah's energy. He's done very well in the game. That's a very crowded box. There's like 8 or 9 red shirts. What kind of shot was that, Coop Miners? What kind of shot was that? Juventus have played much better against Atalanta. They wanted to win that game. They could have won the game in the 91st minute if you just laid it off to, I think it was Mbangula. Yeah, he would have scored if you would have seen it. It would have been 2-1 Juventus over Atalanta. I think put in Vlahovic in the game. Put in Vlahovic. Dude, Milan is shit. They had to steal our Champions League spot to make it to Champions League 1 year. That is what I call shit. You want to know what shit is? Just look who's behind Juventus in the table. One Scudetto in how many years? 11 years? Yep. That's trash right there. Juventus can only dream of going a decade without a Scudetto. Juventus have beat Milan most times head-to-head. Who has more trophies? Juventus. Who's had most players come through on the national team winning the World Cups? Juventus. Which shit team doesn't even have one Italian player in the starting lineup? Milan. That's just bad. That's just bad, and I even play Italian players. Juventus should try to sign Tonali. Yeah, most recently, only one time, thanks to a howler by the goalkeeper. That's the only reason why they won. That was a complete fluke. That was completely gifted. Yeah, this is must win for Milan. This is must win. They have to win this match, I think, if they even want to stand a chance of making it the Champions League. They've got Inter in a couple of weeks. Yeah, they still have to play Atalanta again. Juventus don't have to play Atalanta anymore. After next week, they don't have to play Napoli anymore. It's really just only Inter that Juventus have to play. And the Serie A is going to have a fifth spot. So Juventus are going to easily make it because of that extra spot in the Champions League. Doesn't matter how Lazio or Fiorentina do. But yeah, Napoli are winning the Scudetto. They'll beat Atalanta today. Napoli going to win the Scudetto with Conte. When Napoli win today, they'll be 6 points on top, but Inter have 2 games in hand. They still have to play. Atalanta are struggling. Napoli's definitely going to get a result in that game. Kolasinac has a yellow card. There's a few other guys that are banged up on Atalanta. They have an injury crisis. Napoli are going to, I think with Conte's intensity, Napoli are going to get all 3 points at Bergamo.
Reserved with his comments post-match. Expects fight, willingness to work hard.
Juventus midfield controlling the game. They're doing a great job. All Juventus have to do is score. Oh, they just scored, didn't we? Oh, deflection! Mebanculazo! How's their shit Milan doing right now? Merda! Milan merda! Ciao Champions League! Ciao! Bye-bye! Who's trash now? How Juventus trash? FORZA Juventus. Wow. The ducky deflection bounced the right way. Oh, Milan are shit. You don't have Captain America. Where is he? Where's Captain America? He gets hurt too often. Look at that. Baby. Look at that. They got lucky in Supercopa. Juventus are now. It's been 2 years since Milan have scored against Juventus in Serie A. 2 years. When was the last time they scored against Juventus in the Serie A? It's been a long time. They haven't scored this year. No freaking draw. Win this game, get the second goal. Let's go. Juventus midfield is dominating. Milan are having problems getting the ball back. Juventus are controlling the game. Now yellow card on Milan now. They found a Juventus player.
I was about to say just that. We have not heard this place this loud, this excited. They've been waiting to be entertained.
The last time Milan scored against Juventus, that was a meaningless game. May the 28th of 2023. That was 1-0. The season was over in that game. It was meaningless.
This is what I can offer.
So yeah, it's been close to 2 years since they last scored a goal against Juventus in the Campionato. A Juventus free kick.
That would have the ensuing free kick. Will
But in the Serie A match of the week prediction video, I was correct. I knew Juventus would score first. I knew Juventus result 1-1 or 1-0 like that. Sergio Conceição 37. Juventus at 37 points at the moment. Sergio Conceição. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't hire Conceição from the start.
It's been sloppy, especially in the second half. And here's the first change. This is pace and dribbling ability outlined.
All right. The standing in the table at the moment, right now, Juventus in 4th, Milan in 8th place. Again, Vlahovic is on the bench, so I think Vlahovic should come in the game at some point. Vlahovic is hurt, but he's on the bench. Think for a second. There's no Conceição in the match. It's not like Milan missing Pulisic. Juventus are also missing Conceição. I think Way has really changed the game with his speed. Nice ball. Nice ball. Go Way, It's only the 59th minute. Kino Salta, Rosonero. Oh, 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 yes. Take that. Your trash Juventus is winning 2-0. It's your trash Milan. Timothy Weah. Wow, look at that speed. Mamma mia. Player of the match is Timothy Weah. His speed has really changed the complexion of this match. What a win. I know defenders of Milan are trash. They don't have any defenders. Who do we get from Milan? Kalulu! We got him from Milan. We got Kalulu from Milan, and he is here contributing to the Baconeri. Management just sucks for Milan. Management's a joke. Guys are run by greedy Americans. That's the problem. Milan are run by guys whose only concern is about posting profit. That's why Milan are very mediocre. They only signed Pulisic so he can sell some shirts and they just get some market share in America. It's about making money for these guys. It's what it comes down to. Milan are not win at all costs like Berlusconi. They're not a win at all cost mentality. They are all about selling shirts and making profit. That's why they signed Pulisic. They just wanted to gain some more American fans, get some market share, make some money. Milan's management are mediocre. They're greedy Americans whose only concern is about posting the profit. That's what's hurting Milan. Conceição is a winner. Conceição, I agree, Pulisic is Milan's best player. His main problem is just staying healthy. This game made it easier for Juventus to win once Pulisic was out because he scores against Inter. I think he got the penalty against Juventus. So Pulisic is a big time player. People hate on him because he's American. Americans can't play football, but Pulisic is the real deal. And I think Timothy Reinders is really good with the ball on his feet too. Who's going to do the dirty work on that Milan midfield? Who's going to be the Locatelli to do the dirty work like Gattuso? Who's that guy on the Milan midfield that will do the dirty work to win possession and be that physical presence to help out the defense? That's what's missing from Milan. They don't have a holding midfielder. Everybody on Thiago Motta, everyone is expected to do the work, to contribute to the defense. It's no different than Allegri's setup. And Thiago Motta is not a progressive manager. He's still a very defensive manager, but only had one of the top defensive records in the league last year. So Thiago Motta is keeping Juventus a defensive team, but can the center back take the ball up, whatever, play a pass, take some of that, confuse the press on the opposition. So Juventus are a work in progress, but they didn't lose against Napoli. They didn't lose against Inter. They didn't lose against the top teams in the Campionato. 0-0 against Napoli. They should have done more in that game, but they didn't lose against Napoli. They didn't lose against Inter. They didn't lose against Milan the first time around. Their main problem has been finishing goals, but these young players need to grow and develop and allow them. And there's been a massive injury crisis at Juventus, and they're doing all of this without Sergio Conceicao's son. He has shown world-class ability. His son, Francisco. Now, Francisco's got world-class ability. Pulisic out on the Milan midfield was probably a bigger loss than Conceição because Juventus can still survive with Timothy Weah's insertion into the lineup because he's got more speed. Conceição is a better dribbler with his feet. But Juventus are very hard to score against. Juventus over this Torino derby has changed Juventus' season. This was a huge wake-up call after drawing against Torino. They had to do more offensively. They had to add more ideas, and Juventus are attacking with more ideas. They're continuing the good performance from the Atalanta match. They went out trying to win that. They should have won the match. They fouled Gatti. He's down on the ground. The bricklayer's down on the ground. But, yeah, that was an obvious foul right there. I don't know if Federico Gatti is a starting center back for Juventus. Certainly not when Bremer comes back. I think he's a massive super sub. He knows how to attack. He finds a way to get a knack for goals and set pieces. Federico Gatti is even better than Daniel Rugani as the top backup center back. He's got lots of starting experience right now. Is he good enough in the long run? I don't know. There's a chance he may not be good enough to start every match, but Federico Gatti is certainly someone you want coming off on the bench if you want to score a late goal and get a fresher defender who's not tired at the end of the game. They wouldn't. There's no guarantee if they even win against Juventus. Did Pulisic play the first time against Juventus? That was at home. I'll check and see if Pulisic played the first match right there. Hold on there with that statement. I'll tell you if Pulisic played the first match. Pulisic, he came on in the 70th minute. They still couldn't find a way to score, though. But yeah, the other managers was clueless, and the players didn't respect him. This shows that Milan is mediocre, that they have too many mediocre players. The problem's not the manager with that team. That's 2 matches with points dropped and 3 matches only coming. They had to come back against Como. They had to come back against Como. They have to play Inter in a couple of weeks. The Milan derby in a couple of weeks. Hopefully Milan defeat Inter. Hopefully they can spoil the Scudetto for Inter. Inter still have to travel to Torino too. Napoli, they don't have to travel to San Siro. They don't have to travel to Torino. They don't have to travel to Firenze, to Fiorentina. They don't have to travel over there. And they don't have to travel to Bergamo after the end of today. That they get Juventus at home, Milan at home at Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. They get Inter at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. Napoli, they get all the tough return matches at home. Their schedule is very favorable. Napoli and Inter, March the 2nd. March the 2nd, this could determine the Scudetto. March the 2nd. Look at Napoli's defensive record. It's no joke. Buongiorno is a tremendous young defender who's going to be the future center back of the Italian national team. He's the real deal.
It's felt so rare that Milan even have that many players forward at one time, but now they have to go for it. They have to just get everyone forward in Juve's half, and as you can see, that's space at the back.
Lazio play Verona. I think Verona are pretty good. I think they had a good year last year. I'm obviously looking at Champions League. They needed to win. Milan had to win the game today to compete for Champions League. The coach was just too worried that he would aggravate Pulisic's injury, so that's why he was not in the lineup. But this is no joke. Bologna are ahead of Milan. Bologna are a really great side. They drew against Inter. They drew against Juventus. I think Fiorentina just had a hot streak. I don't think Moise Kean is consistent through an entire season. So Fiorentina, I think, should drop more points, but there's a game in hand, and Fiorentina are ahead of Milan right now. It's not looking good for Champions League. Serie A should have the 5th spot. They're going to get wins in the Champions League. Juventus and Milan and Inter and Atalanta, they're going to be in the knockout of Champions League. They've done well against the Premier League. Juventus beat Man City. Inter drew against Man City before the losing streak. Atalanta, they drew at home against Arsenal. They've gotten results against the Premier League in the Champions League. Douglas Luiz in. He had a really good performance against Torino. Douglas Luiz didn't even start this match for Juventus. Man City want Cambiaso. Juventus need to keep Cambiaso. They need to keep the best Italian players to play for that team. I've heard that Napoli wanted to have Federico Chiesa on loan. I think Chiesa needs some game time. He should probably spend the rest of the year at Napoli to replace the Georgian who's now with PSG. I've heard nothing recently about Chiesa. I think to replace the Georgian, they're going to need Chiesa. They could benefit from having some fresh legs. McTominay's done very well in the midfield for Napoli. The Cameroonian guy's done very good. And Gacy, or whatever his name is. Juventus in 4th. Lazio are 1 point behind. Lazio play Verona. Okay, Verona are pretty bad this year. Lazio should probably beat Verona. I think Juventus can still lose against Napoli to help out Inter, to help out to try to cost Inter the Scudetto. I knew Juventus would win this game because I think Juventus can try to help Napoli win the Scudetto next week, and they can still qualify for top 4 easily. Because all the tough matches were in January. Juventus get Empoli, they get Como, then the Derby d'Italia, then Cagliari and Verona, and then and then it gets a little harder in March with Atalanta and Fiorentina. So I think February is going to be a very good month for Juventus.
Juventus today negotiate a lead. It's a real issue for them. Dropping 14 points from winning positions. Milan can turn it on in these sorts of moments, and Reinders is not going through this midfield. Back all the way, and the blocking from Kalulu.
Nice block. I thought there was only 4 black and white shirts over there. That looked like a very dangerous Milan attack.
Hernandez to really kick it to gear. McKinney recovering with a strong tackle. Appreciated by the support. Did Reinders have a better option there? He could have played it to the run of Kamada. Wanted to take matters into his own hands. And there's Dusan going down into the area and giving us a free kick.
That was just outside the box. That was a free kick. That wasn't inside the box. Set piece opportunity for the Rossoneri.
Not want to make a deal out of a challenge, and they're caught there by Mbangula. Kalulu, yeah, did break the top of that.
The feet catch each other sometimes. That's what happens. Theo Hernandez, free kick specialist. This is a very hard angle. It'll probably be a cross in the box. Reinders and Theo lined up side by side.
There's a tight angle here to try to beat the goalkeeper. It's set up for a left-footed attempt if you're going on goal.
Hard angle. Yeah, that was a very tough angle. That was going to be a very hard goal. That'd be very hard to even shoot it on target. It was going nowhere else. Di Gregorio knew where that was going to go.
Shows you how thin that bench is. Luka Jovic comes on, as well as Terracciano, was getting time at holding midfield.
Oh yeah, Consecau's got his work cut out for him. They're going to miss Champions League, and they can't steal Juventus Champions League spot this time. They stole Juventus Champions League spot a couple years ago. So, paper over cracks. Supercopas and Mickey Mouse trophies, so it doesn't solve anything, and you're seeing it right here.
First and last time that you'll see an attack of Kamada and Jovic at Milan.
So yeah, just about 10 minutes to go. Juventus and Napoli next week. It's good to see Juventus win because they don't have to win the Napoli match. They can help out Conte, help beat Inter. As long as they don't win the Scudetto. I still think there's a chance Milan could beat Inter, but it's very tough. It's very hard to see them winning. It depends on how they do in the transfer window. Hopefully it's the end of Beppe. Hopefully Beppe Marotta can leave Inter so they're back to being average. Marotta's bigger than both of these teams. He's bigger than whoever he works for because the teams are only that great because of Beppe Marotta.
What a challenge that is. Juventus can add another 0 to his price tag now. Theo Hernandez lifting back post. Gregorio didn't get to it, but neither did anyone in red and black.
Minute 81.
Nice opening, and Terracciano couldn't apply the finishing.
Dusan Vlahovic may come in.
Vlahovic into the fray. It's been out for a few weeks. Dusan Vlahovic.
I would love to see another goal. I would love to reverse that 3-0 in 2021. 1-0 Arsenal right now. The Premier League is just straight up boring. Brentford, these guys blew it. Now Premier League is just mediocre. Premier League is boring. La Liga and Serie A is where it's at. I think Atletico dropped points today. Real Madrid can be in first place after playing Las Palmas. Well, they lost against Leganes. Defending is terrible against Barcelona. Even though Atletico won, they could easily. Barcelona could easily won 5-0 that game. They're not good enough to win the Madrid derby. They're not with the kind of defending that they had against Barcelona in December. Real Madrid can be 2 points clear of Atletico Madrid with the win against Las Palmas. Well, for now, until they get beaten, Real Madrid, they're the best team in the world right now. Man City are worse. PSG have fallen off a cliff in the last couple of years. It's like Bayern and Liverpool are the main competition. I ain't going against Don Carlo until Don Carlo goes down. What if El Clasico is the final of Copa del Rey and Barcelona has a chance to deny the treble for Real Madrid? That'd be box office. Arsenal just scored. Kai Havertz 2-0. Arsenal going to defeat Aston Villa 2-0 is the score. Arsenal on the way to defeating Aston Villa. Premier League match of the week. Bubbling Kaching, they hold the call.
Different temperament for both coaches in their respective dugouts at the moment.
First loss for Conceição against Juventus. Revenge for the Supercopa.
Are really moments if you were full time, especially this season for Juventus. A lot of the build-up for Milan's been poor, and I think some of it is obviously down to individual errors, but I think a lot of it has been forced by Juventus and their organization, their press.
Milan didn't play terrible. They just couldn't hold the ball and win back possession. They need a holding midfielder. They've had some good chances in the first half. They didn't do anything in the second half. Timothy Weah's substitution changed the match. Three sure things in life: death, taxes, and under 2.5 goals anytime Juventus plays.
Best day. They look on their way to their first defeat for Sergio Conceição. And incredibly, they had only lost once in their last 16. And if you just read the headlines in the paper,
hey, the invincible season's continuing. The invincible season's continuing. The Juventus already became invincible. I think it was 2010, 2011, if I'm not mistaken. That was an average team, but Juventus went undefeated that year.
This result doesn't change that. Well, actually, even if the result ends 2-2 for Milan, I think Conceição's going to be fuming either way. Very curious to hear what he says post-match.
Okay, I was a year off. That was 2011, 2012.
The team that's played to his identity as yet for a full 90 minutes.
86 minutes, Juventus up 2-0. There's no reason why the Juventus should be pressing. They should just sit everybody back. And now everybody is back on Juventus' own half. Trout really good. Mbangu has been really dynamic. Douglas Luiz is playing better. I don't know if it was a transition to Serie A or whatever. He's been playing a lot better. Yildiz is Yildiz. This guy has world-class ability. Get Conceição healthy. Hopefully he can score against Inter in the Derby d'Italia coming up in February the 16th.
And quickly, moment of inspiration. They found it in the last few weeks. Tamori
Approaching 87th minute.
Has to carry it himself. He's lost out. It could be on Vlahovic. First touch is coming on. He's got a fight with the file. That's better. He's got it back. Yunus Musa just driving it through.
All right, good deflection. Milan corner.
The Rossoneri.
Milan are not quitting. Coach Sakal, one thing that needs to be said is you're always going to play the full 90 minutes. It doesn't matter. The intensity is always going to be there under this new manager.
Lifted into that area. The header is on. Gabia is off of Leia last.
Another corner. This time from the other pole.
Back to San Siro and a full match against Girona in the Champions League in midweek for Milan.
It's going to take a lot to try to make it the Champions League. They're going to need a lot of help from other teams to have other teams drop points. They need Lazio to drop a lot of points. They need Bologna to lose against Juventus, to lose a shocking match. It's crazy. Atalanta's last loss in the league was against Como out of all teams. I think Napoli will beat him today.
Lovely interchange. This is decent. Vlahovic and Douglas Luiz and way up. It's just run out of energy with Leao going all the way back to Maniano who has to control. Opt out the next pass. Luiz. Around Leao giving away possession.
Much different team Juventus look in the last two matches. Oh, thank God it wasn't no 0-0 garbage. Thank you. This was a great game to watch. They looked very, very lively. Keep the clean sheet, boys. Close to that clean sheet. 90th minute.
Despite his age, he's able to win some of those physical tussles in the air. It's a nice ball from Jovic. It's a considerate pass right to the edge of that 6-yard box for Kamata to get the glancing header onto it. Ovation for Samuel Umbangula as he comes off, and only a third appearance of the year for Vasilije Acic. Yeah, terrific performance.
Umbangula, what a young player that Belgian is.
Center ready. One of the best performances of the
2 minutes of extra time, I'm guessing. 2 minutes.
They just kept playing this. It's felt much more cutthroat going forward, right? Before, it felt like almost they were obsessed with just winning. It was about playing this style. But here today.
All right, good foul. 4 minutes.
Killer instinct. Around the corner.
Juventus and Napoli. They could lose against Napoli. They could. It's going to be very hard for Napoli to beat Juventus.
I'm back here ahead of Weston McKinney. Gabia from long range. And when you settle for a Phil Gabia screamer from 40 yards out, I think that just summarizes the attack was going nowhere. That was probably option Z of how to finalize an attack. I'm not sure Gabia's even scored that in his dreams. A fine defender, but it's not the area of his game that wants to show off.
It's much different too. Managing in Serie A and then versus managing the Portuguese league.
Shana going to the floor. Vlahovic has it back. Reintegrate. Big money striker back into the team. For Juventus back to work in the Champions League. They currently sit 14th. Middle of that pack. Winnable games to come, but
If Juventus beat Club Brugge, if they defeat Benfica, I think Juventus can avoid the Champions League playoff. They'll beat Club Brugge. It all depends how they do against Benfica. I think Brest and Monaco are going to lose. Some of these big teams are going to avoid the Champions League playoff. Hey, Aston Villa coming back. Thielman scoring. It's now 2-1.
see him losing his place in this team at the moment. All lost it over the head of Jovic, and Di Gregorio will claim.
All right, clean sheet. Clean sheet's here.
Is it presumptuous to read too much into this result for either side? Really, Juventus showing the verve of their play, getting the 2 goals in the clean sheet.
We don't need to make sweeping statements, but Conceição's Milan has just come in a few weeks ago. We haven't seen a complete 90-minute display from them. Well, I think Conceição can be proud of the entire game. We've seen flashes, mostly in the second half.
Great performance, guys.
Game of his era.
Oh, shoot! Yeah, that was way too out. Magnan is down. He just took a knock.
As bad as it's been for Milan, so many mistakes. For Juventus, they forced some of those mistakes with their work rate. They've been brilliant, both sides of the ball. In the work rate, the passing, how crisp they look with the build-up, and then finishing their efforts.
20 more seconds. Let's go. Clean sheet. Oh, yes, new striker. Yep, new striker. Yep. There we go. All 3 points.
Juventus, with the breakout performance that they've needed after 7 draws in 8, they have a victory. They remain unbeaten on this season through 21 games as it finishes Juventus 2, Milan 0.
Unbelievable for Juventus.
All right. Great performance. Great performance. Now they can afford to lose against Napoli, so we can screw Inter out of the Scudetto. Hopefully, we have the ability to screw Inter out of the Scudetto and still qualify for Champions League. Hopefully, these guys do win. If Napoli draw, if they draw today, then they're going to beat Juventus next week.
Juventus was built to always fight for trophies. For Milan and Conceição, find the worst of his tenure, at least in the last games, the second half. Milan were able to
Hopefully they do beat Bergamo. Hopefully they do.
Conceição just got there a few weeks ago, but some of the stars for Milan have to answer some questions. Today was too sloppy, not good enough in any department.
What a win! What a win! What a win! What a win! Forza, Forza, Juve, Forza Juve, sempre, fino alla fine, all the way to the very end. Ciao.